It is no secret that movies that are based on video games usually bomb at the box office and are hated by a good chunk of the gaming community, because most of the time those films fail to captivate the essence of the video games that they're inspired on. Hollywood either misunderstands the source material they're given or completely disrespects certain gaming franchises with their god-awful writing and creative decisions just for a quick cash grab. And it was only recently that films inspired or based on video games have been doing alright, with the likes of Detective Pikachu and the Sonic movie actually being rare successes. And now with the Uncharted film actually being a thing and it's going to release on theaters on February 2022, many questions have popped on social media and many concerns have been raised over this film. I mean, when you have a film like this being confirmed to be in development for over 10 years with multiple, and I mean multiple directors signing up and leaving the project throughout the years, countless of delays, and also fans feeling mostly unhappy or just weird out with the likes of Sony casting Tom Holland and Mark Walberg as Nathan Drake and Sully. This whole thing, honestly, in my opinion, and I feel like in the opinion of a lot of fans of Uncharted, it can be a mega disaster. Films that go through this amount of shit and has fans extremely worried and concerned before the movie even comes out and are not hyped or excited for this film, when these things happen, sometimes these movies just turn out to be mega flops and just a waste of time. But will Sony this time prove to us who are skeptical about this film, well, wrong? Will this film finally be the movie that kills the narrative that films inspired or based on video games will never be good? Will Tom and Mark actually showcase why they were casted in the first place and do it actually good and convince us that they are Nathan Drake and Sully? In my personal opinion, I doubt it. And I honestly don't know if it's going to happen, to be transparent with you guys. That Uncharted trailer that Sony showed us a few days ago did not convince me at all that these two people are Nathan Drake and Sully. It doesn't feel right. It just feels off and weird. And the sad thing about this is that I'm not even hyped for the movie. Usually when I see trailers like this, they get me hyped, they get me excited, but I'm not excited. I'm not hyped. I'm just here concerned even more than ever because I barely see any chemistry between Tom and Mark. At least in my view, I don't see it. And look, yes, I know Tom Holland is an amazing actor. I know he's very talented with millions of fans all over the world, and I'm probably going to get a lot of dislikes because there's a lot of fans of Tom Holland. But honestly, I just don't see it. No matter how many times I watch this trailer, no matter how many times I try to shill for anything Uncharted because it's probably one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time, no matter how many times, I'm still struggling to see Tom as Nathan Drake, and I'm still struggling to see Mark Walberg as Sully, and even more now that Mark doesn't have the iconic mustache that Sully has. Honestly, I just can't take it. I'm trying my best, but I can't. I'm trying my best. It's been 3 days and I've been watching the trailer every day and I just can't see it. I really can't. And I've waited a long time to actually post this video because of this, because I can't give you my initial thoughts. I really thought I was just going crazy. I can't see it. I don't know what it is. I just can't see it. And you know what, I'm just gonna put this out there. A lot of people, myself included, thought Nathan Fillion was the perfect actor to play Nathan Drake. Some people thought that Tom Hanks was also a good guy to play Sully. And if you actually put them side by side with Nathan Drake and Sully, with those two actors, they look almost the same. The resemblance is insane. And that fan film starring Nathan Fillion was exactly what we wanted to see. We fans were super excited, and that was just a fan film. And that is so crazy. It's like Sony saw that and they were like, you know what, we're just gonna go another direction instead. We know what the fans want. The fans don't know what they want. That's what it literally feels like. And I feel like it's just a big missed opportunity, at least for me. And you know what, I hope Sony proves me wrong, but I just can't take that out of my head. And I know a lot of people can't take it out of their heads, because when a lot of people saw Nathan Fillion, they just said, yeah, this is our Nathan Drake. He has to be Nathan Drake. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. And look, I get it that Sony wanted a younger Nathan Drake, and that's why they went with Iron Boy Jr. instead of just, an older actor. I get it that they want to squeeze Tom Holland as much as they can, probably make even more movies about Uncharted to make even more money because they know they have a lot of fans of Uncharted. I know that that's basically what they're trying to do. but it just feels weird because every time I see Tom Holland, I see Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I don't see Nathan Drake. I just can't see it. I'm like, it's so embedded in my mind that he is Spider-Man, and for me, it's just a little bit weird. And I imagine that a lot of people actually feel this way. There's even memes made about it. You know, it's crazy. People know that this is just a weird casting, and it just does not feel right. And you know what? People are making fun of it, as they should, because it just does not feel right. And I know I'm saying that a lot, but it just does not feel right. It just really does not. And look, I don't care if there's a lot of people in my channel that, you know, think I'm being a little bit too negative, but I can't shake that feeling off. I'm being incredibly transparent with you guys, and that's why you guys subscribe to my channel. I'm transparent with what I actually feel. I don't give a shit what other people say. I just can't take it out of my head. And you know what? Probably the reason why I'm feeling this way as well is because I'm so used to Nolan North as Nathan Drake and his iconic performances as our beloved treasure hunter. Probably in the back of my head, I know that the reason why I even fell in love with Uncharted in the first place wasn't because Uncharted, you know, was a staple of like masterclass of storytelling, but instead it was just the perfect video game to give me the amount of immersion by mixing cinematic aspects of films with gameplay that no film, no book, no series will ever do to me, will never provide me with. I know, and a lot of gamers know, that there's nothing like playing a video game and getting immersed into a world and controlling these characters. It makes you feel like you're them. It makes you feel like you're experiencing everything on their point of view. Like if you're Nathan Drake, like if you're speaking to these characters and getting to know the world you're experiencing. By controlling a video game, the level of immersion is just on another level. It's never going to compare when you're watching a film or when you're reading a book. And I feel that if you're playing a game that has certain, you know, sections of a story that is a little bit boring or a little bit slow, the gameplay itself and the environments that you can explore can entertain you while the story picks up. You don't have that with film, and that is one of the major reasons why I'm a little bit worried about this film. One of the reasons why I fell in love with Uncharted is because that level of immersion you can only find in video games. I'm still struggling to see how they can actually translate that into film. This film has a big challenge on just not to entertain us, but try their best to stay faithful on the characters of Uncharted and make them act like they would in the video games. And they also need to find a way on how to replicate as much as they can the same level of immersion that gamers felt when they played the first Uncharted and Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, which in my opinion is the best Uncharted game ever made. I feel like this is a major challenge that probably they're never going to achieve because it's basically impossible to captivate the same immersion you can get on video games to movies. I know that Sony is trying their best. They have to do their homework on Sully and Nathan and actually portray it correctly on screen, because if not, many fans are going to be disappointed and this film is just going to flop. If and only if they actually do what they need to do and stay faithful to how these characters act, compose music that screams Uncharted and gets the little details right, entertain us with a story that at least attempts to hook us emotionally with these characters and making us want more of this universe, then I think they could possibly succeed and possibly become one of those films that is at least respected by the gaming community. The problem again is the countless of times that movies that are based on video games have failed. Like for example, the latest Tomb Raider, yeah, it has the action, yeah, it has the costumes, good casting, but the writing is god-awful, and it's just unbearable to watch at certain times. When those things happen, people just lose interest, and nobody wants to see any more movies about that. So hopefully we see Sony learning from the mistakes of other studios, and also themselves, you know, that they have done a lot of mistakes with their properties in the past, and hopefully they can entertain us and give us a good film that we want more of later. It's going to be a difficult task, but let's see. Let's see if these talented actors can pull it off. Let's see if Sony learn from their mistakes, and let's see if they can actually give us a film that, you know, we'll never regret seeing. Because that's my biggest fear, that one of my favorite gaming franchises is going to be, you know, made into a film, and that I regret every single second that I watch of it. That's the thing. That's my biggest fear. Hopefully that doesn't happen when I see this movie on February 2022. So let's hope it's not a flop. Let's just hope. I'm scared. I'm like laughing a little bit nervously right now, but I'm just scared. I'm just scared. Look, before I leave, I just want to ask you a few questions about this movie, of course. And please let me know in the comment section down below. Will Sony justify the existence of this movie? Will this film convince us that Tom Holland can be Nathan Drake? Will this film just be a dumb action movie with actors that are trying to portray characters we love? Or will this film actually immerse us like the games did and give us an experience we will never forget? And last questions for you guys. Do you think this film will actually respect the Uncharted franchise? And are you excited for this film or not? please let me know in the comment section down below what are your thoughts about these questions and what are your answers, of course. And like I said, I'm still worried. Even with this trailer coming out, like, I'm still incredibly worried. I just hope Sony doesn't miss the mark and that they actually represent correctly one of the best gaming franchises of all time on the big screen for everyone to see, because if not, it's going to be a major embarrassment. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content like this and to leave a like on the video, which are the best ways to support the channel. Stay positive, stay safe, endure and survive, my friends, and I'll see you guys next time.